So we're back for another trade, but let's really break down on these time frames to get a clear understanding for the next move that I will be taking on JPY. So really looking at the forward time frame, we do realize that price has broken above this area of resistance to support, and what I'm really looking at breaking down the lower time frames, you do realize it is a very respected area, as we can see major rejections, right? So looking at the 30-minute time frame, what I'm really looking at is the price to retest the 50% retracement that I do have at our fibs, at these fibs. Test these 50% retracements. My stops will be based off a little bit above the 78%, 78.6% fib, as we do realize that if price, as we know, breaks below these 50%, we do have these resistance levels here and or 61.8%. So that's really a key level for me. If price breaks those levels, that clearly means I have to wait for another confirmation to retain my buys, or to see if price breaks even below these levels to get any sell opportunities. But my overall bias still remains, as we are projecting what I am projecting for these four levels. Price may not go up there, but that's my analysis right now. So as I said, looking at 30-minute time frame, my entries are at that 50% retracement. If I don't get that 50% retracement retouch, I simply just wait for another entry and engulfment, some sign, some confirmation for a bullish movement up to my targets. So my targets are at my forward time frames. No, scrap that. My targets are at my negative 27 projection levels based on the fibs, mainly because we do have these heavy rejection zones. So mainly my plan for this, seeing that I do still have these forward targets, I will be placing my stops about 5 pips away from my TP as soon as price reaches my TP by 1 pip. So as soon as I have my cancel my TP and places 5 pips below as stops in profit. So we do have that to really wait on. So let's come back in a couple of hours and let's see where price is at that time. If we are in profit, that's just what it is. If we're in loss, we take back, we look back and see what could have we done differently, what could I have done differently, could have learned, could have applied more. So let's get back in a couple of hours and see where price is at. So back a couple minutes later in the trade, and we missed this trade by literally no more than 4 pips. I can guarantee you that, literally 4 pips, right? But that's just what it is. We win some, we lose some. The main thing is that I learn from these mistakes, I apply them in my next analysis and fine-tune my strategy towards adding what I've just learned, right? So basically on the 15-minute time frame, we do scale down, we do see we have these rejection levels, and I've neglected to pay attention to that. What I needed to do, what I should have done, was really look at those rejection levels and how they reacted to previous price on the 15-minute time frame, right? As it relates to these structures right here, we did have heavy rejections at these wicks, right? So we do see that, and that's where I should have placed my entries from, at the minimum right here, right? But that's just what it is. As you can see, the overall analysis is still valid. At least I have a point on that, heading towards our forward structure. And as I said, if I was in this trade and my TP was hit, my stops would be placed at 10 pips in profit, 10 pips from the original target, heading to the forward TP. As you do realize, we never actually came back to hit that 10p stop in profit, and now our targets are at that forward time frame. So that would have been like a 5-to-1 risk, basically a 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio when this forward target is hit. And we do know that it's going to hit based on the volume that we are currently pushing, but that's just what it is. We win some, we lose some, and let's come back another day for another trade. But for right now, that's just what it is.